boys, and welcome to episode 27 of La Resurreccion. It is today the end of the season and still a lot to play for, it has to be said. Two massive games coming up in the episode: away to Barcelona, followed by a home game against our rivals for 4th place, Sevilla. If we have a look at what's happened since we last met, that's the wrong thing, that's the league table. Here we go. So, in our last episode, we had the 2 away games against Valladolid and Las Palmas. Hasn't gone great, to be honest. 2 0-0 draws. Pretty disappointing as well, home games. Bilbao are not the team that they were a couple of seasons ago, or even last season, actually. Cordoba as well, they're struggling, so that was a really disappointing draw. And then an absolute hammering by Real Madrid. All their goals came from corners as well, which was really disappointing. So poor from us. As you can tell, the centre-back, Regani, getting to Lewandowski, grabbing the first for them. So, yeah, it hasn't been brilliant heading into these all-important games. And if we have a look, we did open up a bit of a gap over Sevilla. They faltered a little bit, but Sociedad have stepped up in their place. And we are only a point in front of Sociedad, who are in good form. And I imagine they've probably got a little bit easier games than we do the last couple of games of the season. If we have a look. Okay, so they're away to Atletico, but then at home to Cordoba. So hopefully Atletico will do us a favour. If we have a look at Sevilla's fixtures, obviously we know that we play them last. And they... Oh, okay, they've... I didn't even notice that. So they've... Oh, okay, yeah, they've only played 37. So they can only finish above us if they beat us. So it's really... As long as we do our jobs, it's just between us and Real Sociedad. Right, I've got my head around that finally. If we have a look at the team that we're going to take to the new camp in today's game, a change of formation. You probably know it by now. This is our formation against the big teams away from home. Didn't really help us in the last game, but it's done well often enough. So if we look through the team, Vogo is going to be in goal, Rocha at right back, Sampaio and Alvaro in the middle, Hermes at left back. Really like this back 5. It's settled now, it's consistent, and I really think that they've given us a solid foundation to go forward. Remember, we've only lost 5 games this season. We've drawn too many maybe for our liking, but 5 games out of 36 at the moment is a really good record, and one hopefully we can improve on season upon season. Guendouzi is going to be in the half-back role today. He's probably the most natural at sitting further back. Roland can play there as well, but I do like Roland going forward. So I'm going to trust the more defensive duty to Guendouzi. Sanchez and Roland are going to be in the middle. Renato Santos, he's been really a good player this second half of the season for us. Really sort of stepped up and made that place his own. Müller is going to be on the left-hand side. Pacheco had a bit of a shocker last time out, so I'm going to give Müller a go. And Wilfred Boney, I think this could be his first start since returning back from injury. He's made a couple of appearances off the bench in the last couple of games, but he's going to get his chance today. So without further ado, let's get involved. Look at the Barcelona team. There's a few new faces in there. Florentino Luis. He's a good young player. Picked him up from Benfica, I believe. Yeah, 42 million. Either at the start of this year, I don't know. But anyway, he's in there. Johnny, I think he's the one that is at Wolves. Pavard, of course, he's caused us problems before. Lirola as well. Good pick up. Pavon on the bench as well. So, we know what Barcelona can do. They've caused us plenty of problems in the past. They're going to cause problems for any team. I think the championship is all wrapped up. I think Madrid have already confirmed it. Let's say we've got nothing to lose here. And Rocha seems bothered, which is nice. I was saying about how settled the back 4 is. Rocha is the only slight concern maybe that I have. And even then it's not a massive concern. It's just because he's on the wrong side of 30 now. Alex Robles is finally starting to sort of fulfill that potential that he's had. He's still got plenty of potential. He's still only young. I think he's only about 22-ish. As Barcelona have a corner, Rakitic floats a back stick. The header in is poor, but Rocha's clearance isn't much better. Pavard, well, initial header was blocked, but it fell kindly back to him. And he scored a couple of goals against us before now. As we have a look, Rakitic floats one in. The header It's towards goal, but it's not great. But Rocha's clearance could be much better. Pavard, I think, it hits maybe Guendouzi there, number 16. Yeah, it does hit Guendouzi. Falls back to Pavard, and his shot slots into the far corner. And I'm just going to move it off cautious. I was saying about Rocha. Robles is finally starting to fulfill that potential. Rocha is starting to get on a little bit now. He's 32, so maybe next season. If I start Robles in pre-season, he has a good pre-season, he may be making that position his own. But it's not because Rocha has been really bad, it's just because Robles has finally surpassed him. But that ticks us over to half-time. We've had a decent share of the ball, but not really many chances. And we're going to get aggressive, though. That normally seems to work, even if they have played slightly well. And to be losing, well, considering the shots that we've had, only 2, and they've had 11, considering it's only 1-0, is probably a good thing. But, normally getting aggressive with them works. Assistant says, let's go for long more balls forward. I'm inclined to agree. I think I'm going to make a change as well. I bigged up Santos, and it comes up there. I bigged up Santos before the game, but he hasn't had a very good game. I think I'm going to bring on Michael Santos on the wing, just because we haven't got a right winger on there. He's played out there a few times for us. Switch those up. Give Müller in his preferred role. See if we can get him into the game. Push it up to positive as well. Yeah, fairly quiet second half it has been. I think Boney hasn't had a great game. Okay, let me sort something out. Okay, so I've brought Juan P on that right side, just past Santos up top. But hopefully, again, we're not really creating much. We've only had one more shot in this half. Barca have really pushed on. Okay, there's a highlight. I was going to make another change, but there may be a highlight in our favour. Juan P collects the ball, turns away well from his man, knocks it in. Müller will get there. He's going to have to go back to Hermes. Can he get a ball in? He's forced back. Guendouzi. Hermes. Barca forcing us back is good play. Roll on. Back to Guendouzi. All the way back to Alvaro. Up to Hermes. Good ball in. Santos. Oh, I thought he might get on the end of it. But ter Stegen has come to claim it. Just slightly too long, the cross. And now Suarez is able to bring the ball down. That was really poor from us defensively. Coutinho, 2 men on him, still gets the ball in. And Vogo has made a hash of that. And you expect Messi to bury that. There's going to be another highlight. So we'll stick with it. But yeah, a real letter for us. Poor goalkeeping from Vogo. And you'd normally bet your house on Messi to score there. Hermes, long ball up towards Santos. Johnny cuts it out. And again, we're just not winning these second balls. We're not challenging. And it's allowing Barca to retain possession and come forward at us. And they're just happy to knock it down the defensive line. Now up to Messi. And you think they'll start to come forward. A good run from the roller inside his man. Coutinho is there and marked. And I think the shot is straight at Vogo. And I think we are going to make final change. Sanchez isn't playing too well, so we'll bring on Gonzalez. Switch those two round. And maybe go for it in the last few minutes. But yeah, not very good from us. I would have liked us to have... It was always going to be a tough game, but I would have liked us to put up a bit more of a fight. 3 shots in the game is pretty pathetic. But then you could say that their goal was quite fortunate, so, I think a draw might have been a fair result. They probably had the better chances, but they haven't really carved out anything serious. Maybe I'm clutching at straws a little bit, but regardless, it is a 1-0 defeat. Tell the boys they were excellent. No, I'm far from pleased with that result, considering what is on the line. If we have a look, competitions, Sociedad haven't played yet. Okay, they play their game next, so I'll advance forward to the Sevilla game. We'll let you know what the stakes are. And hopefully we can go on and cement another season in the Champions League. Okay, game day number 2, final game of the season. And last time out, Atleti against Real Sociedad. If we have a look, you can see Atleti did us a rather nice favour. A big 6-0 win against Sociedad. But they do have Cordoba. Cordoba still fighting against relegation, so they'll give them a game. But all we have to do is match Sociedad's result. If we somehow end up on similar points, remember the first thing to decide La Liga is head-to-head. We do have a better head-to-head against Sociedad. We beat them 1-0 and then drew with them 0-0. So we have a better head-to-head. But regardless of that, it's in our hands. As long as we match Sociedad's result, then we will be in the Champions League. Of course, it won't be easy. We are playing against Sevilla, but they're not in a great vein of form at the moment. Looking at today's team, you saw it briefly just a second ago. We've changed shape back to our normal shape. A couple of changes. I think one change maybe, but we'll go through that. So, normal back five, and Vogo in goal. Rocha at right back, Sampaio, Alvaro in the middle, Hermes on the left, Guendouzi and Rolon are going to be our central midfield partnership today. No space for Sanchez, he's gone off the boil a bit recently. Santos is going to be on the right, Müller on the left, Juan P is going to come in to the number 10 role, and Wilfred Boney is going to start this game up top. So, it's all in our hands. Hopefully, we won't mess this up. Very important team talk. I'm going to say, let's make the fans happy because Sevilla is... Sorry, I got sidetracked by the tunnel interview. Said to the boys, do this for the fans. Sevilla is a derby with Malaga, so it would be nice. Guendouzi, 4 minutes in, picks up an injury. Well, no worries. Sanchez is on the bench, so that's an easy enough one. I got distracted by other questions. Gonzalez, of course, he's been here since the start of this save, and Santos with the corner. Headed away, no challenge on Amadou, but Roland on the edge. Sanchez finds a good ball out to run out of Santos. Gets one in. Wilfred Boney. Header just over the bar. But yes, with Gonzalez, he's been here since the start of the save. His contract is due to run out at the end of the season. He decided a long time ago, towards the start of the season, when he was out of favour, that he was actually going to leave on a Bosman. He was going to let his contract run out. My apologies, I just got a notification that my laptop is running low on battery, so let me just plug that one in. Apologies, I'm sat a bit closer to the microphone now, there we go. So it was just, this could be his last game in a Malaga shirt, and I was just like, yeah, and there's bigger things at stake. So Gonzalez may well be on his way out of the club. I'm not sure if I renew his contract. He's been a good squad player, but he hasn't really played for us. Maybe we could bring in someone a bit younger because he is the wrong side of 30 now as well. But maybe a chance. 5 minutes before half-time, Sanchez does really well to beat his man there. Juan P. Boney. Müller is in behind. Müller. Great block by Cancelo. Cancelo that was at Juve. Yeah, that shocked me too when I saw that in the starting lineup. Cancelo, Kier heads away. Pedro. That is the Pedro from Chelsea as well. So we've got some good players in their team. But Sevilla not doing well as of late. If we just have a look, how are Real Sociedad getting on? That is the question. They are beating Cordoba. Okay, so as far as at the moment, we are going to finish 5th. Yeah, as you can see, there was a table there. We have probably been the better team, but no real clear-cut chances. Come on, boys. Let's work hard to win this. Give them a little more encouragement. And hopefully we can pick up something in the second half. This game really is a tale of two teams who are not in form and not playing well. So hopefully we can just use this initiative to go on. Early chance perhaps, deep throwing in their half. Fazer heads it up to Pedro. Fazer was someone I was looking at the start of the season actually. I wanted to bring him on loan from PSG, but his wage demands were just ridiculous. So unfortunately they're in here. Long ball over the top. Luis Muriel. Somehow we managed to save it. I think he was going for a chip on Vogo. And Vogo stood tall and was having none on it. But that's probably the best chance of the game. And it's gone Sevilla's way, which is a little bit concerning. They've brought on Ben Yedder now, but they've really stepped up the second half. Santos with the corner. Kier heads away. There's zonal marking. Doing bits for them. Müller is there and he heads just over the bar. I say their zonal markers doing bits for them. More like the corners in are just really bad. Let's make a change. Müller's not having the greatest of games. And of course, I don't have a winger on the bench. So let's push. I think this is how it's going to go. Let me just check. Alright, we've brought on Michael Santos on the wing. That was an absolute faff that didn't need to be. But, yeah, it's not looking good, is it? And I don't really want to push it up to attacking because they've had probably the better chance in this game. So I don't want to commit bodies forward and then get caught out. Rocher's not having the greatest game. It's not really an attacking change, but it's just something. Don't want any mistakes at the back. It doesn't look like it's going to go our way. And I think it is going to be Europa League next season. There's 30 seconds to go. Sanchez steals it. Can we carve out one last chance? Boney. Oh, it's a great tackle by Fazer. Roll on. The header's poor. And it looks like that is going to be about a bit ahead tennis. Just over 10 seconds. It needs to be now. And I don't think it's going to be. We're fannying around with it. Sanchez. Renato Santos. Oh, referee. You cannot blow the final whistle there. That is cruel. Well, yeah, disappointment. Unless Cordoba pulled off a amazing, unless they pulled off a miraculous comeback, then it is going to be Europa League football for us next season, and it is really disappointing finish to the season. Our last few games has really cost us. But then shout out to Sociedad. You know, they must have had a really good run towards the end of the season. If we obviously ignoring that last game. But yeah, look at the back end of this year. They've really stepped things up. Not drawing any games, either winning or losing, and they've won more often than they've lost. So, yeah, disappointing. But again, our expectation was only to qualify in the Europa League. Again, last season, finishing in the Champions League was a massive overachievement. We only expected to finish mid-table. We went above and beyond that. We only finished a point off. If we have a look at last season... Okay, so we did better last season. We lost more games, but we got more points. We finished with 5 more points last season, but only to lose 6 games. It's that we need to sort out. All these draws, you look at some of those games, Cordoba, Girona, Vallecano. Drew to Cordoba 0-0 twice this season. They survived even though they got beat. So, yeah, 3 teams finished on 30 points, my word. But yeah, so... You know, I guess I got to be happy with that. I'm just going to have a look at compare the goal scoring tallies. So 55 for 32 against. 55 for 33 against. Okay, so we're only 1 goal worse off. But, yeah, you know, look at that run of form. That's what's killed us. Finished 22 points off the champions. Well, our target again, I guess, is try and break back into that top 4. But, yeah, a little bit disappointed, but, you know, I have to look at the bigger picture. We have met expectations and we just go again this next season. So that will be the start of next week. I will bring you the first episode of next season. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode, guys. If you have, please pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for more. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.